What's up everyone, my name is Alex and in today's video I'm going to supply you with the best of the best trades. But before we can get started, got a couple announcements to make. It's going to be important, especially if you're new, if you're scheduling a call. Okay, so hear me out real quickly. For the guys that have been scheduling the 20-minute call down below, a lot of you guys are scheduling the call, but you're not checking your email. You got to check your email because that's where we're sending you the calendar to go ahead and sign up for your call, like the actual date for it. Okay, so make sure when you schedule your call, you're actually checking your email to schedule that call. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. And second thing, guys, if you respect what we're doing here, you like it, drop a like on the video. And then guys, the least you can do, I think, is if we help you make some good money, make sure you share the video with a friend on Reddit, Facebook, anywhere. But share it, because if we can help you, we can help more people. So don't be selfish, spread the love and help some other guys out. And with that being said, we can go ahead and get started here today. So the 6 things we're keeping an eye out for today are BIDU, LULU, ULTA, Crowd, FSLR, Amazon. So let me just go ahead and tell you if they're put or call plays from the start. BIDU puts, LULU calls, ULTA calls, Amazon puts, FSLR puts, Crowd puts. And guys, we got even more trades. It's ridiculous. We got so many here. It's just so hard to narrow down. But I will say today's going to be the hardest day of the week so far. All right, Monday, Tuesday were a breeze. We went 11 for 11 on our shorts. I know, guys, 11 for 11. You can go back and watch our videos. All the calls have been made in advance. 11 for 11 on our shorts. And with that being said, look, every single trade you get right, the chances to get one wrong increase. So I think today's going to be a day we can definitely get a trade wrong. I'd say it's not as good of a day as Monday and Tuesday, but nonetheless, right, when we're talking about all the trades possible, we've brought up the best trades possible that I can think of, and so I think you're in good hands. Now, just understand, we don't win every single trade. You can't win every single trade, so don't expect to win every single trade. Yes, we have a very high win rate, and we're going to keep that high win rate up, but just don't be surprised if you lose today on something. Plus, one important thing you need to know is we're 1 day out from expiration. So if you're trading these, remember, you got to know what you're doing. You got to be pretty precise. You got to be, on point. You got to actually know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're probably going to lose. All right. So if you need to, you can go 9 days out. But, me and the crash trading crew, we're going to be going 1 day out most of the time. All right. So just make sure you know what you're doing. And with that being said, getting into the first trade here, BIDU puts. Now, if you take a look here on the Thinkorswim chart, it looks like an ascending bullish triangle for a breakout higher. And that's absolutely possible, okay? But I'll tell you right now, there's some fishy divergencies going on behind the scenes here, and that's what makes us believe that this is not going to break out, and this is where a BIDU's actually going to come falling down here, okay? So be ready for BIDU puts. This is a nice level where we're actually at right now, about 198, to start looking for the put entry. But ultimately, that top level is going to be about 202, 201, right? So be on the lookout here. We are looking for a put reversal, but it absolutely could break out bullish, right? Because that's a bullish pattern. But once again, what separates the good from the best traders is not falling eye to these patterns on the surface, because there's things going on behind the surface, and that's what we've noticed, and that's how we believe that BIDU is actually going to break lower here. Just be ready for either way, but we do think BIDU is going to go lower, and we're on the put side there. Okay, so that's your first trade for the day. Second, guys, LULU calls. Just want to say congratulations to everyone who got in. Obviously, depending on your entry, you could be up anywhere from 50 to about 300% here, from bottom to top, right? That's a 300% return, right? So just congratulations to everyone who got in yesterday. Super happy for everyone. And that bullish continuation continues through today. Okay, so it's kind of the same play here with LULU and ULTA. We believe both should continue higher here. Obviously, we don't really want it to pause. We want it to be kind of a straight ride out higher here. All right, and guys, if you're new here, maybe you don't know our reason behind the trade. It's probably the easiest and nicest looking trade. I mean, it's just such a clear uptrend there, right? And to be honest, the retail sector is kind of starting to show a little bit of weakness, but overall still bullish on it. So this is a little bit tricky one, but Lulu is definitely one of the stronger retail stocks right now. If you look at Target and Walmart, they're kind of getting hammered just a little there. It's a little scary. And you definitely didn't see as many buyers as you would like to see yesterday, but it's sufficient enough. because you'll consider that last 2 days that's buying the dip. Okay, so really these should both be bullish days, to be honest, and you shouldn't be too scared by the bearish looking price action there. Okay, so we're really at the bottom of the range. We like the upside here. You guys understand the play here. You can go 9 days out, you can go 1 day out. All right, but when you're going 1 day out, remember, you got to be managing your position actively. You got to understand when you want to get in, when you want to get out. So you got to have your own plan. I'm not going to help you and babysit you through that, all right? So LULU, ULTA calls, easy. Actually, did I not explain ULTA calls? ULTA had a pullback yesterday on super, super low volume, which is exactly what you want to see. Look, see, pulls back, low volume. So we like that bullish continuation here today. And ideally, you want to go close to money, like 280 strike calls, right? Why? Because the ATR is about 9 points, okay? And you know, with 1 day out, right, you want to get intrinsic value. You want to guarantee yourself a win, and you only do that by establishing intrinsic value. So pretty much, if you go 280, right, let's just say the low for today is 277, ATR is 9 points. So let's say you surge higher to about 286 today. That's gonna put like what, $8, or no, $6 of intrinsic value, right? So that means you guaranteed you cannot lose by the end of the week, right? So that's how you kind of can mitigate the 1 day, the weekly options from expiring worthless on you. Is you got to get intrinsic value, and that's how you do it. So you want to definitely be going close to the money on ULTA. Okay, so hopefully that sparked a little light bulb for some of you there, because a lot of people think 1 day out, oh, it's so risky. First off, it is risky if you're a dumbass and you don't know what you're doing, but it can be extremely profitable if you understand how to get intrinsic value, how to actually calculate the move, and which move are you going to get. If you try to short something and it goes higher, you're definitely going to lose. But you've got to be on the right side of the equation. You've got to actually understand which way you're going, which way to play, and then you can make so much money. All right. So trust me there. These are 2 plays going long here on LULU and ULTA today. Obviously looking for weak dips. All right. When we dip, we want to buy the dip, but here's the key factor. You want to be dipping on low volume. We need it to be a weak dip to confirm us buying the dip. A lot of idiots will buy the dip on a strong dip. You don't want to buy the dip on a strong dip. You want to be buying on a weak dip. That's going to really add confirmation that we are going to go higher here. Okay, so keep that in mind here for LULU and ULTA. ULTA here, this is its bottom level, so I would be actually very wary if it breaks below that, because then we're not really in call territory. So you want to ask me down below in the comments and ask me for an update. If ULTA does dip down there, you probably want to be like I said, very cautious, and just ask me like, hey Alex, do you still like ULTA at this point? And I would probably let you know. To be honest, you should have taken the course that you don't have to ask me. But today, to end off the year, feeling generous, and we'll help you out probably, all right? Getting into our next trade, Amazon puts. Now, I know you're thinking, Alex, this thing is just surging higher. Don't you want to buy calls? Okay, so going into today, our thesis is if Amazon pops at the open, and keywords at the open, within the first 50 minutes, we're looking for a reversal. If Amazon does not reverse in the first 50 minutes, and by that we mean by 10:20 sharp, okay, if it does not reverse by 10:20, actually, let's add 1 more minute to that, 10:21. If it does not get a reversal opportunity, we want to just leave Amazon alone today. Keep that in mind. That's your rule for today. We're shorting a pop within the first 50 minutes, and if that pop does not give us, if we don't see a reversal within the first 50 minutes, leave that shit alone, all right? Very strict rules. Keep that in mind, and we make it very fucking easy on you. We give you the definitive rules. We don't beat around the bush. You short that shit in the first 50 minutes if the reversal opportunity presents itself. Otherwise, just leave it alone. All right? God damn, I just repeated myself like 8 times. All right, FSLR, guys, congratulations to everyone who got in with this and understood to stand with our trade. All right, so these contracts were super cheap, super profitable. Let's put things into perspective. Just 5 contracts of this could have afforded you our trading course, plus you could have got like some Doritos, you could have got some Pringles, you could have got your wife a new purse, and you could have bought yourself a TV, all with just 5 contracts on FSLR. So pretty phenomenal trade. A lot of you guys closed really early. I know a lot of times when you close early, it's because you're not like fully sure of what you're doing, and it's totally understandable. You just got to learn at some point. So my advice to a lot of you guys is when you profit, because you will profit a lot off of this channel, is reinvest it back in your education, and you should probably take our course eventually. That way you can actually extend your profits instead of closing it for like a 30% gain here, when really you could have been up 200% gain, right? So look, I'm just being honest with you. That's probably the best thing you can do, right? You're going to make way more money if you actually understand what you're doing and how you're doing this. But FSLR, guys, we're expecting a bounce in it today. Okay, so this thing's got pounded harder than your mom, and so pretty much we are going to expect it to bounce here near the open. But don't be too scared. Once again, we're going to be looking for that reversal opportunity here. You know, it might be a little past the first 50 minutes of the day for FSLR, but just don't be too scared of the bounce here. This thing has chosen its direction. It knows where it's going. It's going down. Okay. So we got more downside here. Remember, we called that drop to 95. I called in the video. I said, guys, we can easily hit 95 by the end of the week. That's exactly what happened. And we still got more downside here. So don't be too scared of the bounce here. There's a lot of pressure on these solar stocks. It's not just FSLR, right? It's JKS. Take a look at these guys. They're about to break through the moving average, which is a great confirmation and signal for our short in FSLR, right? Then look, solar power or sun power, whatever the name is, sun power. Look, they're getting crushed. Solar edge, right? So it's the whole sector. They're all getting crushed. Okay, so with that being said, yes, super weak sector. We want to take advantage of that weakness, but it's already down like over 10%, right? So expect a counterbalance into the bullish direction, but don't be too scared of it, all right? It's very expected, right? Nothing drops in a straight line, so expect those bounces. Don't be too scared. All right, so that's the important thing to keep in mind there with FSLR, and that's going to bring us to our last trade in crowd, which is... Alright, and guys, this thing's getting crushed harder than Jorge Masvidal's toes against foot stomper Usman. So, look, if we got any UFC fans, you gotta let me know, because that's gonna be a reference for the ages there. But yeah, see, this thing's getting crushed hard, right? So you got a question: is it gonna keep falling in a straight line? Typically, that rate of change and that rate of falling is just not gonna be able to sustain itself for too long. But once again, it's going down for a reason, right? And it's going to continue lower, but you just can't be too surprised if, even if the crowd had a green day today, you got to understand that going here in the future, maybe the very next day, it's going to continue lower. So we just want to take a weakness of this stock here and just keep shorting it, okay? Understand that if it holds up for one day, it doesn't mean it's a bad short. It's just that it's having a counterbalance because it's getting crushed, and it's going to continue to get crushed like Jorge Masvidal's feet. All right, so that's your last trade for the day. We've got some more, guys, but look, I don't want to overwhelm anyone. Once again, you know, it's just too much for you to handle. I think more than 6 trades in a day. But these are just our ideas. So once again, we've given you the specific rules, right? I'll recap them real quickly. This one, you're reacting based off the top level of 198 and 202. LULU, you want a weak dip. ULTA, you want it to really just show bottoming out at this bottom level. AMZN, you want it to pop in the first 50 minutes, and if that reversal opportunity does not present itself, leave it alone. FSLR, we're trying to find a bounce. We're trying to find weakness, a die out in momentum, and then we're going to short that bounce. And crowd, you know, we're really just shorting it at any weak looking points because we understand this thing's going to continue lower. So with 1 day out, you got to be kind of more precise. With 9 days out, you can kind of go to sleep on these and wake up pretty happy. Okay, obviously going 9 days out is going to minimize your gains, but it's going to give you a much safer way to make money on these. And I guess you don't actually have to be that good to make money on the crowd puts 9 days out. All right, so guys, that's the plan for today. Now, one last thing I want to point out here, okay, is don't be a guy who's here talking about like, Alex, I'm down 10% on this trade, but you don't say anything when you're up 100% on the trade. You know, it's just really annoying trying to deal with people who are down in the trade, but they never want to be there when they're up in the trade. That's really annoying, guys. And I'll just be honest, if you're someone who I only see talking about a bad trade, I'm probably not even going to respond to you. I'm only going to respond to our guys who are, you know, consistently here with the positivity, because that's what we're trying to create, a positive group here. You know, and if you're just here nagging on the bad trades, which really barely pop up, then that's really fucking annoying. All right, straight up, guys, I'm super honest. Super laid back and chill with you guys. So look, I'm just being honest, setting the boundaries and the rules here. That's how we roll. All right. So these are your plan for today. Hopefully you enjoy this. I think, you know, once again, it's 6 trades, and out of these 6, some of these are bound to make you a shit ton of money. But all it is you just got to gauge them during the day and determine which one is actually meeting the criteria we've set, which one's actually you know, has the best characteristics for us to short or go long on. And we've went over those characteristics and the criteria for you. So take advantage, and that's the plan. All right, so guys, go ahead. If you made it to the end of the video, drop a like on the video. And then, like I said, we made that deal. All right, if we help you make a lot of money, share it, okay? Spread that love and help some other people out there trying to make money like you. Alright, so guys, at the end of the day, hope you enjoyed our plan today. And if you got any questions, let me know down below. Appreciate you making it to the end of the video. And with that being said, let's rock and let's finish this year off strong. Schedule that 20-minute call down below if you haven't already. I look forward to talking to some of you. And yeah, that's about it for today. Alright, so we'll see you guys on the next video. Maybe we'll take tomorrow off. We'll see, guys. But tomorrow's going to be a 0 DTE day, so be on point if you're coming back tomorrow. Alright, we'll see you guys later. Peace.